Bro, getting over that first girl, especially if it was your first love, can be one of the hardest things to do as a guy. That girl that you would spend time with every single week, you would go to bed on the phone with her every single night, say corny ass stuff that only both of y'all understood, and just laugh about it every single day, and just overall that person that was there for you every single time. And now you feel like you kind of have a hole in your heart because that person is gone. That girl that meant so much to you, that girl that you saw a future with, that girl that you have so many memories in the past with, that girl that you did so much stuff with, and now it's like y'all are just strangers. It's not the same, and it's never gonna be the same. And that can be a hard thing to accept. That can be a hard truth. Back in summer of 2023, back in April, I met this girl on Tinder, out of all places, who I ended up caring for and just doing so much stuff with for months and months. And honestly, it was kind of the shortest relationship I was ever in. I was only in it for like 4 months. Everything ended in July of 2023. However, even though it was short, it was like one of the most meaningful relationships and one of the most special people that I've ever met. And it really hit me once it ended. It really affected me, and I kind of went on a downhill spiral where I kind of like isolated myself. I stayed in a room the whole day taking notes and like writing like self-improvement notes and kind of like trying to better myself, but in this toxic kind of like negative way where all I did was just like hurt myself more and just put myself in a position where I wasn't talking to anyone, and I was just isolating myself and just getting worse every single day pretty much, until I decided to do something about it and get better. One of the things that really helped me going through that breakup was meditation. I feel like because we're so attached to that future that never was, or those memories that happened in the past, we forget to live in the present and like admire the beauty of life and what we have in this moment and all the shit that we can do right now. We forget that because we're so attached to what was and what could have been, and we forget about what is. And I feel like if you meditate and if you try and ground yourself as much as possible, you can just live in the present and try and forget about what happened with that girl and try and move forward with your life. But if you're always just thinking about what happened and what you wish would have happened, then you're not going to get anywhere, and it's just time wasted thinking. Try and get into meditation, read books, do whatever you feel like grounds you. Back during that summer, I started watching movies with my mom and my dad, and I was just like rewatching old trilogies like the Tobey Maguire trilogy. I was watching the Kung Fu Panda trilogy. I watched the Dark Knight trilogy, and I just feel like those are activities that for me just kind of like keep me at a calm state and just make me feel like I'm just in the moment, you know, doing my thing, being present, not caring about what happened, not thinking about anything else but the movie that I'm watching or the whatever the activity is. Same with me in the gym. Every time I'm at the gym, I'm just thinking about what exercise I'm going to do next, or something related to the gym itself. Nothing about the past, nothing about the future, nothing else but what I'm doing at that moment. So my biggest advice is to, if you're not going to try meditation, at least try and do some kind of activity that will keep you grounded and keep you in the present. And it's a form of self-care at the end of the day that I highly recommend. The next thing I'm going to say is spend time with friends and family. Once you isolate yourself and keep yourself in that cave where you don't want to talk to anyone, you're mad, you're upset, you're like holding a grudge against a girl, and you're just like feeling bad about yourself, that's when you make everything so much worse than it really has to be. The better way to deal with it or to cope would be to spend time with friends. And that same line of like, you know, being present and meditating and enjoying the moment, I would say spending time with friends is one of the things that grounds me and makes me feel like I'm having a blast. Like every time I'm going out with the bros or in the car just driving or cruising, like that's just a vibe. And you have to do things like that. But socializing is especially crucial at these times where you're like missing a person. If you spend time with other people that you care about a lot, you realize that you're not that alone, and you never lost that much in a way. Like, yes, you lost the love of your life or the girl that you thought was the love of your life, but you still have your bros, you still have your mom, you still have your dad, you still have people that care about you in your life. You're not alone. And socializing is like crucial when it comes to getting over a breakup and getting over someone that you really loved. And lastly, bro, whether it was your fault or her fault, just try and see how you can improve, how you can take accountability for the situation and get better for next time. So that when you meet a new girl, if it was your fault, you don't make the same mistake again. Or if you met someone that wasn't good for you and they broke your heart, see how you can get better next time at picking a partner and seeing the red flags earlier on. You can always learn from a situation and see it as that. Don't see it as like, oh, I'm gonna hold a grudge and I'm gonna hate this whole situation for the rest of my life. Everything happens for a reason, bro. So look at it as, what can I learn from this? How can I get better? How can I have a better relationship next time? Whether or not it was your fault. This applies to both cases. What happened with me and that girl back in summer was like one of the worst things that has ever happened to me. And, you know, I'm not gonna go into it in this video, but it was pretty hurtful and it was pretty bad. And I could not stop thinking about it 24/7, just crying about it, going home crying, going to work crying, just thinking about all this stuff that had happened. And I think meditating, spending time with family, friends, and most importantly, like analyzing what I did wrong and what they did wrong was the best thing for my mental health. And not in kind of like a negative way of like putting blame. I always like take accountability even if it wasn't my fault, because I believe that accountability is the best way to learn a lesson or the best way to improve ourselves as people and as human beings. The best thing that you can do when a bad situation happens is for you to look at it, analyze it, and learn something from it so that it doesn't repeat itself. But I would say it's a crucial step in your development. So meditation, socializing, and taking accountability and seeing how you can get better are some of the best things that you can do after a breakup. I'm honestly making these videos because they kind of help me. It's kind of like a therapy session for me, and hopefully some people can take some kind of value out of them. And if that's you, then please subscribe so you can watch the next one and get some kind of, you know, value out of these videos, man, because I'm making them just for you. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Hope you all take care. Peace.